This is a plastic and concrete fragment with bolts 12 inches long and about 4 to 5 lbs. What is it? This is a washing machine counterweight. A front-loading washing machine has a very heavy drum that spins at a very high speed. To keep the machine from vibrating violently and walking across the floor, large, heavy counterweights are bolted to the outside of the wash tub. These weights, often made of concrete encased in plastic, are used to balance the rotating mass of the drum and the wet clothes inside. This is a fragment of one of those essential balancing weights. This is a knife-shaped, whitish, hard, rigid, and lightweight object found in a second-hand shop in Northern Europe. The finder's only idea is a bone folder, but the knife shape is confusing. This is likely a letter opener, possibly with the tip broken off. A letter opener is a knife-like object used for opening envelopes. They are often made from materials that are not sharp enough to cut skin, such as plastic, wood, or a soft metal. This one, with its knife-like shape and handle, is a classic form for this common desk accessory. If it were a bone folder for paper creasing, it would typically have a more rounded or straight edge, not a knife shape. This is a very small, black metal rectangle with a pointed end. I found this on the back of my MacBook, but it's not visibly from it. It has very small ridges on the side. If I had to guess, it's like 2 centimeters long. This is a holder for a frame. Specifically, it looks like one of the small pivoting metal tabs on the back of a picture frame. These tabs are used to hold the backing board in place. You would rotate them to either lock the backing board in or to release it, so you can change the picture. This one has likely fallen off a small picture frame that was near the MacBook. This is a hand-sized metal object found magnet fishing in Irving, Texas. Along with 2 revolvers, I pulled up this strange pistol-shaped object with a threaded end. The lettering says Sir Stam CO and Syracuse NY. This is a Sirocco spigot, or a stopgate valve. Sirocco is short for the Syracuse Stamping Company in Syracuse, New York. This is a type of valve that would have been used on a large wooden barrel or a metal drum. The threaded end would be screwed into the bunghole of the barrel. The handle would then be used to operate a gate or a plunger inside, opening or closing the valve to dispense the liquid contents of the barrel, such as oil, kerosene, or molasses. This is a rusted metal, large, 5-foot-long, seemingly hollow object in the shape of a tapered cylinder. The letters DAME are visible on the front. It was found off a path in S.E., Pennsylvania. This is likely unexploded, chasseur inactive ordnance from World War II that has been reused for something else, like a buoy. The shape is very similar to that of an old aerial bomb or a depth charge. After the war, a huge amount of this surplus military hardware was demilitarized, made safe, and repurposed for civilian use. A hollow bomb casing like this one would have been perfect for use as a float for a small buoy or a marker, which would explain its discovery near a river. This is a hard rubber wedge found in the driveway. I'm not sure if it's from one of my vehicles, a delivery vehicle, or the landscaper's trailer. What is it? It goes on the bottom of a plastic car ramp. Plastic car ramps are used to drive a car up onto, to lift the front end for doing maintenance, like an oil change. To prevent these lightweight plastic ramps from slipping on a smooth garage floor as you drive onto them, they have these hard rubber feet or pads on the bottom. This is one of those non-slip feet that has fallen off a car ramp. I picked this up at a conference from a vendor. It is about 9.5 inches long, 3 inches high, and a half an inch thick. What is it? This is a snap-on can koozie. It is a flat piece of insulating material like neoprene with snaps on the ends. To use it, you would wrap it around a standard 12-ounce beverage can and then snap the ends together. This creates a sleeve that insulates the can, keeping your drink cold and your hands dry. They are a very popular and inexpensive promotional item, often given away at conferences and events with the company's logo printed on them. This is a wooden plank with a hinged leg on one end. It's about 3 feet long and 1 foot wide. It's too narrow for an adult to lean on, not padded for ironing, and too low to be a cookbook holder. It's fairly new. This is a ramp for a dog or a cat to get into a bed or a car. For older, smaller, or arthritic pets, jumping up onto a high bed or into a car can be difficult or painful. This ramp provides a gentle, non-impact way for them to walk up. The hinged leg allows it to be set up at an angle, and it can then be folded flat for easy storage under the bed or in the car. It is a very common and helpful piece of pet accessibility equipment. Staying at an Airbnb in Korea, what is this? They're little white plastic circle things in every corner of the room, and they seem to have something sticky in them. I'm hoping not a camera. These are possibly the old-style stick-on air freshener blocks. They consist of a small plastic holder with an adhesive back, and inside is a block of scented gel. The gel slowly dehydrates over time, releasing a fragrance into the room. The sticky texture is the scented gel itself. They are a simple, inexpensive, and passive way to freshen a room. They are not cameras. This is a copper tube, hollow, with one end sealed and one end open. It came inside a jug from a garage sale. A Bic lighter is shown for scale. What could it be? This is potentially a bud vase or a candlestick holder. As a bud vase, its simple, elegant, cylindrical shape would be perfect for holding a single flower stem, a common decorative item. As a candlestick holder, a standard taper candle would fit into the open end. Its copper construction would give it a nice weight and a warm, metallic look. Without more context, it's hard to be certain, but it is a simple, decorative holder for either a flower or a candle. This is a wooden object, 10.5 inches long and pretty light. It has what looks like a honey wand at the end, 2 offset grooves on the length, and ends in a point. It was found in a room used to store costume stuff for LARPs. This looks like a custom item to hold 2 slats or shelves together. Given its discovery with LARP, live-action role-playing costume stuff, it could have been a pin used to hold together a piece of prop furniture, a collapsible textile frame, like for a banner or a tent, or part of a costume itself. The grooves would be where the slats would rest, and the pin would lock them in place. It is likely a handmade, functional component from a piece of custom-built prop or scenery. Found this green plastic thingy stuck in the couch. The end has 3 dents, and the top looks like a plastic flower bud. It's lightweight and about 15 centimeters long. Previous owners had a cat. This looks very similar to the drumstick from a toy drum set. The link provided shows a children's toy drum kit, and the plastic drumsticks have a very similar shape, with a decorative, flower bud-like tip. These are common toys for young children. It was likely lost in the couch by the previous owner's child, and was just discovered during a deep clean. This is an antique wooden tool with a metal base. It's part of a collection of Victorian objects in Scotland. What is it? A French forum page identifies this as a frottoir. It is a tool used to clean rust off knives, often paired with sand or an abrasive cream. Before the widespread availability of stainless steel, most kitchen knives were made of carbon steel, which would rust easily if not dried immediately. To clean this rust off, a tool like this one would be used. The abrasive material would be applied, and the user would rub this tool vigorously along the blade to polish it and remove the rust. This is a plastic, orange, drippy topper to something found in a cabin. A head of garlic is used for scale. It's about 1.5 inches in diameter. What is it? It's caramel sauce topping for a play ice cream set. This is a plastic toy accessory from a children's play food set. It is designed to look like a dollop of caramel or chocolate sauce that you would put on top of a scoop of toy ice cream. The drippy look is part of the realistic design. It's a common component in many toy kitchen and ice cream parlor playsets. This is a plastic container with a clear body and an orange tip. My dog may have eaten half of it. It had a clear plastic part about the size of the orange tip that is now gone. It's a ceramic filter for a cannabis joint. A Google Lens search of the S logo confirms it's from the brand Sherbinski's. These are small, reusable ceramic or glass tips that are placed at the end of a hand-rolled cigarette. They provide a sturdy mouthpiece and are designed to cool the smoke. The clear plastic part was likely the small carrying tube that the ceramic filter came in. The dog has likely chewed and swallowed that plastic tube. This is an oval-shaped, heavy plastic metal thing with rubber feet. We recently moved offices and found these after the move. They seem like they would be feet for something, but have no way to attach. This is a stand or a base for a pluggable brand USB dock, specifically for their older models. An IT worker confirms they have distributed hundreds of these. A USB docking station is a device that allows you to connect multiple peripherals to your laptop with a single cable. This is the optional vertical stand for the dock. The dock itself would slide into the slot to be held upright on the desk. Many users don't use the stand and lay the dock horizontally, so these stands often get separated and lost. These are glass and metal pieces. Not sure if they go together. The glass tube is solid, but has some metal in it and a thin metal wire wrapped around one end. The metal one is partially hollow, with plus shapes punched out. They were found at a campsite near a fire pit. This is the rest of a short arc bulb, maybe an Osram HBO or a Ushio USH. A short arc lamp is a type of high-intensity discharge, HID, lamp that produces a very small but extremely bright arc of light. They are used in scientific instruments, searchlights, and, most commonly, in digital cinema projectors. The complex metal and glass structure is the main body of the bulb, which has been broken. The metal part with the plus shapes is likely the heat sink or a mounting component. These are green, rubbery slabs found in a bathroom. The pieces are about the size of an index card and have varying thicknesses. What are they for? They are for cleaning grout. These are likely a type of abrasive pad or a rubber grout float. After new grout has been applied between tiles, a rubber float is used to press the grout into the joints. A similar, mildly abrasive pad like this one would then be used with water to clean the excess grout haze off the face of the tiles before it dries completely. They are a common tool used by tile setters. This is a small black plastic piece of machinery, about 3 by 0.3 inches, with metal studs. It was found inside a 10-pack of Coke, where one can was shredded. The writing on the side is U500-5197M 57204. I know exactly what this is. A commenter who works with these machines identifies it as a format part from a WestRock packing machine, specifically from the incoming can conveyor system. These machines are used to package cans into cardboard boxes. The small plastic piece is a guide or a part of the conveyor that has broken off. It likely caused the can to get shredded and then was packaged into the box along with the damaged can. It is a very specific part from a very specific piece of industrial packaging machinery. This is a long, coffin-shaped box with radioactive materials inside, seen on I-85 near Atlanta. It was being escorted by tinted-out SUVs. What is it? This is another sighting of the Department of Energy's Office of Secure Transportation, OST convoy. These are the highly secure trucks used to transport nuclear weapons and special nuclear materials. The coffin-shaped box is the heavily armored and secure transport container. The unmarked, blacked-out escort SUVs are part of the high-security protocol manned by heavily armed federal agents. It is a rare but very serious sight on the highway. This is a round thing on a glass window at work. The top unscrews. It doesn't feel electronic. No one knows what this is. It's to hold a nameplate outside the office, identifying who the office belongs to. This is a type of standoff or sign holder. The main body is attached to the glass. You would unscrew the front cap, fit a nameplate with a hole in it over the post, and then screw the cap back down to hold the nameplate in place. They had them in the office where the commenter used to work. This is a flexible black rubber item with red affixed to one side and 6 slots. It's 7.3 by 1.5 by 1 centimeters and was found on the floor of our living room. It's a cord holder. The red side is double-sided tape. You peel the red backing off and stick the holder to the side of a desk or a wall. You can then push your charging cables or other cords into the rubber slots. This keeps the cables organized and prevents them from falling all the way to the floor when they are not plugged into your device. It is a very common and simple cable management accessory. This object looks like 2 metal rollers on 4 long metal legs with casters on the end. It may have some non-English writing on it. The legs with the casters appear to be adjustable in length. What is this piece of medical or mobility equipment? This is a mobile seat base for one of Ottobock's Kimba children's seating systems. Ottobock is a major German company that manufactures prosthetic and orthopedic products. The Kimbaline is a modular system of adaptive seating for children with special needs. A custom-fitted seat would be attached to this mobile base, creating a specialized stroller or indoor mobility device. The adjustable legs and casters would allow for changes in height and easy movement. It is a piece of specialized pediatric mobility equipment. This plastic item was found in the kitchen section of a thrift store. It's about 18 inches long. The curved groove next to the large hole says, "Place thumb here." The small end looks like a cup holder but is too small for a regular mug. I think this holds a plate and a drink for things like a party. This is a party plate or a buffet plate. It's designed for situations where people are standing and eating, like at a cocktail party or a barbecue. The user would hold the plate with their thumb in the designated spot. The large area is for food, and the cup holder is for a can of soda, a beer, or a plastic party cup, allowing a person to hold both their food and their drink securely with just one hand. Found in my yard using a magnet after a re-roofing project. This is not a normal nail. It's 1, 3, 4 inches long with a half-inch diameter head. It's like a nail inside a truncated nail. What is it? It's a lead anchor, or more likely, a Zamac anchor. Zamac is an alloy of zinc, aluminum, magnesium, and copper. This is a type of expansion anchor used to attach things to concrete or masonry. You would drill a hole in the concrete, insert the anchor, and then drive the inner nail or pin into the anchor. This forces the outer sleeve to expand, wedging it tightly into the hole and creating a very strong anchor point. It was likely used to attach something to the foundation of your house. This is a handmade ceramic mug with a saucer, but the mug has a hole in the bottom, and the saucer has a pour spout. I'm confounded as to what it could be for. It's for frying bacon in the microwave. This is a pottery bacon cooker. You would drape slices of bacon over the edge of the central mug-like part. As the bacon cooks in the microwave, the grease drips down into the saucer below. The pour spout then makes it easy to pour off the collected bacon grease for other uses or for disposal. It's a clever, if somewhat specific, piece of kitchen pottery designed for a cleaner way to cook bacon. This is a 30mm square yellow plastic thing. It's slightly flexible and was found with others of different colors on the beach. What is it? This is the bottom part, or the base of a stand-up piece of consumer fireworks, like a small fountain or a Roman candle. These fireworks often have a plastic base like this one to ensure they stand stably on the ground before being lit. After the firework has been discharged, this small plastic base is all that is left. Finding a bunch of them on a beach is a very common sight after a holiday like the 4th of July or New Year's Eve. This is a wooden hanging object with a heart-shaped cutout and 3 pairs of thin, angled dowels and 3 small metal screw hooks. What is it for? This is a cup and saucer display rack. It would be mounted on a wall. The small metal hooks at the bottom are for hanging teacups by their handles. The angled dowels above are designed to hold the matching saucers, which would be displayed standing on their edge, leaning back against the wall. It is a decorative way to display a collection of fine china teacups and saucers, a common feature in traditional home decor. What is this small metal U-clasp thing that clicks together? I found this on the ground. It's a type of carabiner, shoe clasp with a spring. This is a buckle for an Apple Watch band. Specifically, it looks like the buckle from a Milanese loop style of watch band. This style of band is a flexible stainless steel mesh that is infinitely adjustable. The end of the band passes through this buckle, and a strong magnet on the end of the band then attaches to the band itself to secure it. This is the buckle or lug that the band passes through. This is a small, cluster-like object. It's tan and hard, and the pieces within the cluster seem to move independently. It has very little weight and was found inside a mattress. What type of mattress is it? This looks like it could be yellowed and clumped memory foam. Some mattresses, especially bed-in-a-box types, use shredded memory foam as part of their filling. Over time, or due to a manufacturing defect, this shredded foam can clump together, forming the hard lumps that the partner has been feeling. The independent movement of the pieces is also consistent with it being a loose fill material. This round item with the marking UTL 16OHM 0.1W was found at home. A fingernail is shown for scale. It's approx 16 millimeters in diameter and 6 millimeters thick. What is it? That's the magnet from a speaker. The markings 16 ohm and 0.1 W refer to the speaker's electrical impedance, 16 ohms, and its power rating, 0.1 watts. This is the permanent magnet assembly from a very small speaker, the kind you would find in a pair of headphones, a small radio, a toy, or a greeting card. The rest of the speaker, the cone, the voice coil, and the frame, has been broken away, leaving only the magnet and the backplate with the specifications printed on it. This small, white plastic piece was removed from my cat's small intestine. The vet thought it was a Lego, but I don't think so. What is it? It looks like the safety clip from a rotary cutter, specifically one from the Dollar Tree. A rotary cutter is a tool with a very sharp, circular blade used for cutting fabric. For safety, it has a guard that covers the blade. This small, white plastic piece is the clip, or the button, that is used to lock that safety guard in place. It's a small, easily broken off part that a cat could have easily found and swallowed. These are small, rectangular painted wood panels at varying heights next to 3 doorways in my old house. What are they for? Not sure if you are in an area that is religious, but if so, it could be that there was a Maria plate with a small bowl to contain holy water. In some Catholic traditions, a small font or stoop containing holy water is placed near the entrance of a home. A person would dip their fingers in the water and make the sign of the cross upon entering or leaving. These wooden panels would have been the decorative backplates or mounts for these small, personal holy water fonts. This is a purple plastic object weighing 3 ounces, with ski kai and a patent-pending notice on it. It was found in a ski condo from the 70s. A quick Google search didn't result in much. What is this used for? Literally, the first hit on Google. This is a ski key, a vintage ski carrier. It's a simple plastic gadget designed to make carrying a pair of skis and poles easier. You would place your skis base to base, and then this device would clip over them, holding them together. It often had slots or clips on the side to hold the ski poles as well, creating a single balanced bundle that could be carried with one hand or slung over the shoulder. It's a classic piece of ski accessory history from the 1970s. This is a metal and plastic thing about 7 inches long, found outside near the electric boxes on the side of the house. What is it? This is a service drop line clamp. It is a piece of hardware used to anchor an overhead telephone or cable TV line to the side of a house. The cable is passed through the clamp, which is then tightened to grip it securely without damaging it. The wire loop, the bail, is then attached to a hook that is screwed into the house. This clamp bears the tension of the aerial service drop wire, keeping it from pulling on the connections inside the house. This is a white 4x6 electrical box in a closet. It seems to be plastic and has UL written on it. What is this device? It's a 66 punch-down block. This is a type of terminal block used for connecting telephone wiring. It has rows of small metal insulation displacement connectors. A telephone technician would use a special punch-down tool to press the individual wires from a telephone cable into these connectors, which simultaneously cuts the insulation and makes a secure electrical connection. This one has been painted over, but it is a standard piece of telecommunications wiring hardware. These are 3 reddish-brown, pill-shaped pieces found loose in an electrical box of a 3-way push-button light switch from a Sears kit house from 1908-1920. It's a type of varnish, or shellac, that was used to insulate the contacts on the back of the porcelain switch. If you Google porcelain switches, you can see an image of the back of one. In these very old electrical switches, a thick coating of an insulating material like shellac was used to cover the exposed electrical terminals as a safety measure. Over many decades, this old varnish can become brittle, shrink, and fall out of the switches, especially if heat was involved. What is this tool? It's an old hand tool found among axes and shovels. The handle is like an axe, and the inside curve is sharpened. This is a Kaiser blade, also known as a billhook, but on a longer stick. A billhook is a traditional agricultural cutting tool with a curved blade. It is used for clearing brush, trimming hedges, and for coppicing, a method of woodland management. The hooked blade is very effective for cutting through small branches and vines with a single pulling stroke. This one, on a longer handle, would provide more reach and leverage for clearing thicker brush. What is this cylindrical-looking metal thing on top of a barge seen in the Bay Area? It looks like a big trommel. A trommel, or a trommel screen, is a piece of mechanical screening equipment. It is a large, rotating cylindrical drum with holes of a specific size in its walls. Material, such as gravel, soil, or waste, is fed into one end of the inclined, rotating drum. The smaller material falls through the holes, while the larger material continues to the other end. They are used for sorting and separating materials by size, and are very common in mining, recycling, and civil engineering. This one is on a barge, likely for a dredging or a shoreline cleanup project. My SIL found this on a playground. It's plastic, bottomless, hollow, and the tip is rubbery. There are no markings on the item. I know this one. My son has one. It's the lid to a stackable pencil. A stackable pencil is a type of novelty mechanical pencil that consists of a series of small, pre-sharpened graphite tips housed in small plastic cartridges. When one tip gets dull, you pull it out from the front and push it into the back of the pencil, which pushes a new, sharp tip out of the front. This object is the cap for the pencil, and the rubbery part is the eraser. This item is about 30 lbs, stainless steel with a sealing lid. It has a sticker on it with Mike 3C0200. What is it? It could be some kind of vacuum chamber. The commenter has used something similar to remove bubbles from epoxy. When you mix two-part epoxy or resin for casting, you can introduce a lot of small air bubbles. To get a perfectly clear bubble-free casting, you place the mixed resin inside a vacuum chamber like this one. A vacuum pump is then used to pull all the air out of the chamber, which also pulls all the trapped air bubbles out of the liquid resin before it cures. It is a common tool for resin artists and crafters. What was the weirdest object for you? Let me know in the comments and share this to test your friends. If you love uncovering these mysteries, hit like and subscribe. Your support helps us find more curious explorers like you. Stay curious.